Hello all, and welcome to my next unboxing video. This time we're going to finally go into the AEW Unrivaled collection toys from Jazzwares. I've had these for a while. My Walmart got the whole display stand with the belt, all the figures except Brandy. Couldn't find Brandy Rhodes. I know she's not as common to find as these guys. Which these are all becoming harder to find with every set, which is good. I'm glad they're selling. But they had the whole display stand. I picked up these three. I would have gotten Brandy if I could have found her. Didn't see any of the variants, and didn't pick up the Young Bucks. Just unpopular opinion, not the biggest Young Bucks fan in the world, so didn't pick them up. But picked up Cody, Jericho, and Kenny. Glad to have them, so I'm interested to see how these kind of are. And yeah, this is the first wave. The second wave has been making it to stores. I know some people have found some of the third wave stuff, so they're pumping these out pretty quickly. I guess we'll kind of try to go in a bit of an order here. I'll save Kenny for last just because that's probably the one I was most excited for. Maybe another unpopular opinion. I like Kenny in his New Japan run. I think his AEW run's been a little hit and miss, kind of slow to start, but is what it is. So we'll look at Cody first. We'll just kind of start on the end here. First things first, I like the design of the box. It's definitely attempting to hit the nostalgic buttons with that WWE Classic Superstars shape and look. You can kind of tell that's what they were going for. It's a cool box. It's not the most sturdy of boxes, as you can see with my Kenny Omega. There were a lot of boxes just torn up like this on the display stand. And mind you, I basically watched them put that display stand out and kind of waited in the background for them to get done so I could go grab stuff. But, yeah, it was just really weird that a lot of them had problems like this, or this was torn, or, the bubble was coming off. I think that's just a kind of a thing that it's a bit of a cheaper kind of box. It looks cool, but it's a little bit of a flimsy box. Nothing wrong with that as long as your figures are good. But if you're meant on box collectors, that kind of sucks. So, yeah, let's just go ahead and go into Cody here. So it's got a thing you can open, but it's also kind of on a bubble, too. So so like right here, you're on a bubble, but on the underside, you can open it. So I'm going to see what the underside has. I doubt this is just going to easily slide out or anything, to be totally honest, because it's on a bubble, too. But let's find out. Also, just in case people don't catch it, there's the back. You get kind of an action shot of the wrestler. There he is from the match with Dustin Rhodes, Gold Dust. I like that match. Actually, I'll just go and say it. So far, that's been my favorite match in AEW history, actually. I just thought it was such a great story that they told of two brothers just kind of having it out, and it was great. So there you go. I also have all of Series 2, and then the ones of Series 3 I really wanted. I didn't get everybody in Series 3. So yeah, this it has a thing to open on the bottom, but he's still on the bubble, so it's kind of a weird thing. I guess really all you can do is kind of rip the damn thing open, so let's just go for it. That's going to be your best bet, is just to rip the whole thing open and tear them off the back. Just like that. So there we go. Like I said, cool looking box. Just wish it was a little sturdier. So when they came out of pack, I know this is a packing error, but kind of thing, like just packing problems. But I do wish that yeah, there were so many of these that were like this, that torn up out of the box. I thought about getting 3 to keep mint in box, but there were so many of them I couldn't find enough that were completely minty. So Cody comes with the sledgehammer. It's not the exact same, but very reminiscent of the old Jack sledgehammer. The old Jack sledgehammer had a little bit more detailing, like on the wood, and then the handle was kind of more bulged at the end, so it would stay in their hand. But it really reminds me of that, just like that old Jack sledgehammer. I have a couple of them stored away, actually. Probably came with some Triple H toys, if I'm gonna mistake. Pretty sturdy, not as bendy as the Jack's one, so that's kind of cool. I wouldn't bend it too much, otherwise it'd probably just outright break. But there's a sledgehammer. No twist ties? Okay, cool. I'm gonna just get Cody out. And there we go. They do have, like, plastic on them in some areas. Like, he's got plastic around his waist. I'm not sure what that is totally for. But we can probably just kind of cut that off real quick. Okay, there we go. And here is our Cody. Right off the bat, I like the feel of this. He's got pretty good joints. He's got a good likeness. There's a issue with all of this Wave 1, and it's a common issue if you collect wrestling toys. You've probably already heard of it, in that the skin tone on these guys is way off. None of them got a tan in the toy factory. They're all just very pale. And I know everybody wants to believe that, like, well, they said they were going to re-release Series 1 with the darker, with a better skin tone to match what they really are. Hearing the major wrestling podcasts kind of talk about that, it really sounds like that's just not going to happen. And they're pumping out every wave so quickly. I just don't see them going back to Wave 1. I think you're better off just, if you want a darker toned Cody that makes it look like he's more tan, just pick up one of the new ones. That would be my best thing. I probably won't pick up a new one, mainly because I like this gear. It's my favorite gear of his, so I'm probably going to end up just keeping this one. But yeah, I mean, it's really cool. It's got a lot of tightness. He stands pretty well. You got to kind of bend his feet forward a little bit, but he's good there. He does come with his weight belt, which says Attitude Killer. Okay, cool. Also, his newer figures are going to have the neck tattoo, which is that symbol. Come on. Right there. That, like, skull with the wings. I'm not going to lie, I think it's pretty manky looking tattoo, so I'd kind of rather have Cody without the tattoo. That's just probably another unpopular opinion of mine. In terms of his actual likeness, it looks really good. Let's see if I can... Did I tear up Cody completely? I did. I was going to do a comparison to his picture, but I think I tore the box up too much. But it's a really good likeness. It's got the dream tattoo from his kind of tribute to his father. In terms of articulation, his legs aren't really anything special. If you've seen an Elite, you've kind of seen it all with these types of legs and the double-jointed knees and everything. He does have a little bit more of an ankle pivot, which is pretty cool. Where I like these is the torso joint, and it's a blessing and a curse. It's great, so you can get like some pretty good range of motion to go down, but it's not going to go as much down as an ab crunch. So that's kind of disappointing, but it still works to get some pretty good range of motion going. And it doesn't have quite the range to go down as a WWE Ultimate either, which has a similar torso joint as opposed to an ab crunch. But his arms are good. You got the double jointed elbows, things like that. I don't mind the torso thing. I'm not going to be doing a whole lot of the ab crunching stuff with these guys. So I'm pretty cool with that. His belt, his weightlifting belt, is a lot like what you see with, if it's going to focus, I apologize. There we go. It's got, just a little kind of thing it goes into right there. Pops right in. There you go. So we can put that back on. I just took it off to get that plastic piece off the middle. Did it go in? Okay, yeah, cool. So there you go. This is white belt, sledgehammer. Overall, I do like it. I'm still not sure how I feel about the torso joint instead of an ab crunch, just because I think that, he's not going to go... The waist goes down, which is good. He's got the waist joint, which is fantastic. And it helps, like, the range of motion for him going down a lot better. But I don't know. I think an ab crunch might have been a little bit better for these guys. I'm not too worried about that, though. Just as display pieces, I think this is fine. So that's more of a minor complaint. My only one major complaint is the skin tone. They're very pale. I said that when those, on Instagram, when the pictures came out, they looked pale and everybody was like, it's just the way the photos were taken. And they came out, they were pale. Like, you could tell that it wasn't just the way the pictures were taken. To the point where Jazzwares wanted to issue a statement saying they were going to fix it. And I just sadly don't think that's going to happen. So, that is the first kind of unboxing for this. There's your Cody. Like I said, I like it. I think this is a great start to a new line. I was going to unbox all three in the video, but I think I'll save these two for last, or for separate videos, the Jericho and the Kenny, and just kind of do this one as kind of like my test run of opening an AEW figure. I do like that the sledgehammer fits perfectly. That's great. But yeah, that's what we got, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. We'll probably look at Jericho next. Like I said, my most anticipated one was the Kenny, so we'll look at that one last, and we'll look at Jericho next, and kind of go from there. But I'll catch you guys in the next video.